These businesses sound good, but in reality, they are a nightmare to scale and why almost no one succeeds in doing it. Let's check it out.
Mic check, 1, 2. I make the calls, guess what I do? No chains, no rules, just me. Legacy Mike.
All right, let's do this. Welcome to the Mike Check Yourself Show. This is your host, Legacy Mike, and we are going to dive into the hardest business models to scale. Guys, take a second, please hit that subscribe button so you can get updates on future videos and we can drop knowledge and help you become better entrepreneurs and help you grow and succeed in your entrepreneurial journey. We got a fun subject today. We're going to talk about 3 business models that are almost impossible to scale and why no one succeeds in doing it. So if you haven't seen already, we took all the businesses that we could think of and we put them into ChatGPT and we created a model that ranked the businesses from top business to the worst business. And we looked at what's called the 7 R's of a perfect business. And if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it because it's so much gold and it'll help you understand what actually makes a real and good business. But one of those R's stands for reach, and how big can that business get to? Here's the reality. Some of these businesses will never scale. They will never be outside of an owner operator. You will never be able to have employees. You will never be able to build them to where you're not working in them physically every single day. And I want to talk about the 3 businesses that just do not scale without the individual person. So let's get right into them. This is going to create a lot of controversy, I know, and people are going to fight me because there's probably going to be people that have case studies that say that they've scaled this business. It's not to say that you can't do it, but it is almost impossible to do it. The first one is becoming a real estate agent. Here's the facts, guys. I was a real estate agent for a little while. I wasn't any good at it. I only did it for about a year. But that business requires so much of you. You got to show the properties. You got to do the paperwork. You got to follow up. You got to get new listing. It's so dependent on you. And I know what people are thinking. Oh no, you can build a team and you can have a listing coordinator and you can have a buyer's agent and all of that stuff. While it may be true, at the end of the day, your name is on that business. Unless you become a broker and you get other agents working with you at that brokerage. But even so, most brokers still sell and list homes. So I'm not saying that a real estate agent business is a bad business to be in. I'm just saying that you have to go into it knowing that if you're going to be the person, you're going to be showing homes and you're going to be tied to that business for a long time, and it's going to have little to zero resale value on the back end. I could make the case that being a real estate agent isn't an actual business. It's more of a high ticket sales job. But there are some good things about it that make it a business and make it semi-automated if you can put the right pieces in place. But at the end of the day, you will not be able to scale this to a massive business and sell it for a big multiple. All right, the next one is freelance copywriting. This business is completely dependent on you. Now, I know what you're thinking. You could hire virtual assistants or other copywriters and build an agency around copywriting, but it's not that easy, guys. Copywriting is a very unique skill and requires a lot of expertise and training. And if you want to make really good money in copywriting, you unfortunately have to be really, really, really good at it. Now, ChatGPT has kind of taken over the copywriting world, but at the end of the day, if you're a good copywriter, you could make a lot of money. You can actually beat ChatGPT and write way better copy than it, but it's required for you to do it physically. I've personally made a lot of money doing copywriting for my own products and services. I sell them online and I write all the copy for them. But again, it's dependent on me. I don't have anybody from my team that does it. And at this point, ChatGPT just isn't good enough to be completely replacing you. And who knows, maybe it could be in the future, but as it stands right now in 2025, it's just not going to happen. And number 1, the business that does not scale, no matter what you want it to be, it just doesn't happen, is day trading. This is one of my least favorite business models of all time. I personally think it's gambling. I think it's a stupid business. But if you want to take all that out and you can say that you can make a bunch of money, then that's fine. You can make the case for that. But you cannot make the case that this business scales because it doesn't. You cannot put other people on your team. You can't put teams and systems in place. You can't sell it for anything on the back end. You could make the argument that you could sell the stocks and the options and stuff, but it's not an actual business that you can, put people and teams and systems behind. It's dependent 100% on you to get up, analyze the stocks, analyze the market, make the trades, and all of that stuff. So it doesn't matter how you feel about these businesses, if you think they're good or they're not. The reality is some businesses scale and some don't. So when you get into a business, you need to understand that. And that's okay. Some businesses might not scale. For example, real estate agent. You might be okay with that, and that's okay. I'm not here to convince you to get out of that business. I'm just here to tell you the facts and the truth that it won't scale, and I don't want you to get your expectations out of line. Conversely, there's other businesses that are easier to scale. Businesses that you can put teams in place, systems, processes, and it can truthfully run without you. Or the ultimate business of scale is real estate. I know a lot of people who have made millions and millions of dollars by having a big real estate portfolio and a team that manages their real estate. Now, I will say real estate's not totally passive. That's also a myth too that we'll talk about in a separate video. But hey guys, nonetheless, those are the 3 businesses that will not scale no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you work. It just ain't gonna happen. So thanks for tuning into the Mike Check Yourself show. Hit that subscribe button so you can get access to future videos, tips, and tricks to help you build your business and live your legacy. Let's go.
I make the calls, yeah, that's what I do. No chains, no rules, just me. Legacy Mike.
All right, let's do this.